JP in the clutch, yeah, that ought to make them hush, baby. Hey, you looking at the grid, see us rise, never hesitate, when it's formulaic. Pieces come together, now we egg drought buster. Hit him with the big dumper, his back to jumper. On to the next chapter, stage of wonders. Circle up and dance, taking every chance. Leave it on the diamond, we keep throwing heat. See the pin, too unique. Night and day, we chase the dream. Baby. We say home run, Julio. Yeah, we all on our feet. We all on our feet. Send it at a glance, hard work advance. We gon' make them feel all the heat, all the hit.
Well, I can actually say that I am probably never taking this jersey off because it is now a full week of wins for this team. A 7-game win streak, and boy, did we have a clunker in this one. We had a boring game until it was not boring. Mariners back in the win column. Another win, 7 in a row. The Mariners move to 32-9, and welcome to Teal Sleeves Recap. I am Mike, and as always, I got Joe with me. What's going on? Dude, how did you enjoy that game tonight, man?
I mean, felt like not a lot of action, but the game was moving along, which was interesting, but got the couple of runs, and they'll shut the Mets down. And going through the stats through this bullpen, no hit, any hits, no runs, no walks. Was it 5 strikeouts? So that's pretty great. All of them shut the Mets down, which kind of was a disastrous offensive performance for both teams. But Mariners end up on top, and that's what counts the most.
Amen to that one. Unfortunately, though, we do have bad news to give you. Unfortunately, to start tonight, we have an injury report. We do have Josh Naylor did go out with back spasms, but I mean, hey, that's what happens when you turn 30, man. That is what happens when you turn 30. I know all too well that I got a bad back myself, man. Like I get those back spasms all the time. So Naylor's day to day with back spasms. I say he's probably out for maybe probably a game or two, and he'll be back. I mean, those conditioning stabs for the Mariners, they can actually heal anything. But you know something, I'm not gonna lie. This game was interesting to say the least because, I think for some weird reason, I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying this. Is it just me, or is Dan Wilson learning from his mistakes? Is it just me, or is he actually learning from his mistakes? Because if you ask me, he put together the actual best lineup tonight. He put the best lineup together tonight. You knew you were going to get a lefty coming out of the bullpen in Sean Manaea. You put the lefty lineup in there. I mean, I'm fine where Rob Refsnyder was hitting. You have Mitch Garver hitting. But, I mean, this game was a all-around pitcher's duel, if you ask me. I mean, you got Emerson Hancock, who shoved once again. I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going to say it right here. Everybody can quote me. Emerson Hancock, all-star Emerson Hancock, because I do feel he is going to be an all-star this year. Emerson Hancock, 6 innings, 2 runs, 2 hits, all earned, 7 strikeouts, 91 pitches, lowers that ERA down to 2.8. And you know something? I don't like that we made Sean Manaea look good. I don't like that. I never like it because him being an old AL West rival, I'm just not a fan with letting that SOB off. And Joe, it annoys me. It annoys me that we keep letting these guys off. Like, hello, you had Sean Manaea in there. You had Devin Williams in there. Those are 2 pitchers you should have just smashed.
Yeah, both pitchers with the RAs were 5. I feel like this game definitely could have been over a lot sooner than it was.
Yeah, it could. It could have been. But let's go ahead and get, of course, into this recap, of course. So, Mariners 3-2 final tonight over the New York Mets. First of all, I also need to say this. And Joe, just tell me if I do sound like get off my lawn guy. am I the only one who just thinks that the tarps off needs to just go away? Just please go away, because it's starting to get cringe at this point.
I've only seen one other person that said like I wouldn't participate, and I've been to games since it became a thing, but I wouldn't participate. I had a couple teammates from my adult league team, the Rainiers, who were at the game, and they're like, if this game goes extra innings, we're gonna go join them. And then that.
Oh my gosh! Well, I do want to say this, like, this is just me as a kind of like a professional baseball fan, and when I say professional, I just mean respect and all. All of those frat guys that were up there shirtless doing chants and all that. When you start dropping F the Mets, live there at the game, and we can hear you. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it right now. You're no better than Yankees fans. I'm just sorry.
I'm like, why are they doing that? Because it's hard for us to have beef with the Mets considering we barely play them.
I was gonna say the same thing. We don't have any beef with the Mets. Why start it now? Why start the BS? Don't start no B, and there will be no S.
But then later changed to Let's Go Marys, which I feel like was definitely a lot more acceptable.
I do think it was a lot more acceptable. I want to go ahead and say this though. So in going with this recap, let me ask you a good question though. Like for over $800 million, over $820 million. That's what over $820 million buys you. 0 for 8, 2 strikeouts. The Mariners holding Bo Bichette and Juan Soto to 0 for 4 games. I had to say it right there. I had to be the jerk. I had to be the one. But no, this is what baseball is all about. You will have those games where you get 10 hits. You will have those games where you're going to see the runs. But then you're going to get games like this where you're just basically scratching for every possible hit you can get. Mariners, of course, score of the first run of the game thanks to an absolute steal that the Mariners got. Colt Emerson, once again, 1 for 3 tonight, raising that average to 250. Now has a slugging percentage of 568. Dude, 568 with a 340 on base percentage. Jeez.
Is it too early to talk about considering him for Rookie of the Year?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put it out there. Like, it is not too late to say that, but unfortunately, the Southside Samurai Mooney Murakami will unfortunately take that one.
I mean, he's injured, so never know what happens while he's out. I
mean, look, if Colt Emerson decides to hit 10 home runs here in 3 days, you know what? You're up there. You're up there for the Rookie of the Year. You're officially up there. But you know what? I kind of want to. I want to go off the recap real quick because I heard something very interesting this morning on 93.3 KJR. I don't know if you listened to Chuck and Buck in the morning.
Yeah, I did.
But they were actually talking about the trades. Chuck was saying like this is basically the time where trades happen, and the Mariners need a solidified bat. He mentioned that they need a solidified bat that can hit both lefties and righties, and you need a right-handed bat. And he threw out the name that I was like, that was not the name that I was expecting. Byron Buxton from the Twins. I'm saying it right now, if the Mariners get Byron Buxton, I'll be a happy camper. You put him in right field, or you just talk to Julio and you say, we need you to go to right field here for a few months because Byron is going to try this out. But I don't know. That was intriguing to hear this morning because I think that actually fits the Mariners so well. And I'm just curious on your thoughts on this. I wanted to throw this out there before I even forgot it.
Feel like it's kind of interesting. Like I was talking, I was at the Julio commercial show. I was talking with some people, and one of them is a Braves fan from Georgia, and we kind of mentioned how like he does really want to leave his no trade clause, and even if he wanted to go, even if it was to go to the Braves, because he seems to enjoy being a Twin. Like, I feel like he could fit the Mariners, but at the same time, biggest concern with him is like his injuries, and he's not able to do anything for the Mariners if he ends up getting injured and missing time.
One more guy I do want to throw out there for trade recognition, just because I think his trade stock is at its lowest point ever. I don't know where the Mariners could play him, but he has played everywhere in his career. He's played the outfield, he's played the infield. I want to throw this out there. I think people will think I'm absolutely crazy for this, but I do have a Mariners account that I think both you and I follow before I even get into it. So
I have no idea who you're talking about right now.
well, hold on. Seattle M's Nation over there on Instagram.
I unfollowed him because I got tired of him always focusing on the minors and acting like that was important.
Well, he did throw out.
I know he definitely throws stuff like this out all the time, so that doesn't surprise me that he said that.
Well, I actually have been on this fence now for the last couple seasons, but this guy's trade stock is at its lowest, so you may be able to get him for a cheap deal. Don't know where you play him. You could play him at third base, keep Colt Emerson at short, and turn J.P. Crawford into a DH. Royce Lewis.
Oh, I've definitely seen it before.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I want to say this, but Victor Robles, he had a change of scenery. He flourished out here. You just never know. I'm saying this right now. If the Mariners were to somehow get Royce Lewis, he comes up here, wears Mariners teal. First game I go to where Royce Lewis is in a Mariners uniform, I'm buying a teal jersey. I'm putting his name and number on there. I'm just saying. But I don't know. I mean, those are just very interesting things to talk about. But anyway, we do got to get back to this recap. So anyway, Mariners take a 1-0 lead on Colt Emerson's third home run of the season. The Mariners do give that lead right back, though, in the fifth inning, thanks to a home run by Young. And you know something? It's kind of funny because Jared Young, he's having himself a good season. He's having himself a very good season to start it out this year. I'm just saying, like, I was not expecting. I just wasn't expecting to see Jared Young have this good of a season. The bad part was it was his second home run of the year, and it just sucks when you give it up that way. Then in the sixth inning, another solo shot. This time you give it up. I'm gonna go on the record in here and say this. If you gave it up to Bo Bichette, fine. If you gave it up to Juan Soto, fine. You give it up to Marcus Semien? That sucks. Marcus Semien hits that home run, 2-1 lead, but not for long as Josh Naylor comes through when he needed to come through, sixth home run of the year. Unfortunately, he does leave with back spasms. And then, of course, it was all zeros up until the bottom of the 10th, where Randy Arozarena, he uses that speed to his advantage, steals third, and then the next at bat, Cole Young, broken bat, walk-off winner, 7 weeks in a row, man. I mean, this has been something that this team has just been clicking on all cylinders now the last 7 games. Yes, we've seen the offense generate the runs. This is actually the first time. No, this is the second game in a row where we've kind of seen the offense slow down, not really put up those runs that they have been putting up in the 7 game stretches. But you know what? A win is a win. Am I right?
Yeah.
Let's go back. Let's go once again to the pitching. Can we just talk about this? Man, Jose Ferreira, I tell you this, like when the trade went down earlier this year, every single bit of Mariners social media wanted to riot. They wanted to riot for trading Harry Ford, but do you want to know something? It was worth it. I mean, Jose Ferreira, absolutely unbelievable pitcher. He has been such a valuable pitcher in that bullpen. Matt Brash comes in after having such a terrible, terrible outing the other night. Doesn't allow a hit, goes, hits a batter, but gets a double play. Dude, can we please say that Cole Young is probably going to win a Gold Glove this year?
Honestly, wow. I could see it.
I mean, Cole Young made that double play look so God blessed easy. So easy. And it scares me. Also, if you were to tell me by June 1st that Randy Arozarena has almost 20 stolen bases and he has 15 more than Julio, I would have said you're crazy. I mean, this is insane of how he's been stealing bases. Andres Munoz comes in for the 9th, actually has a great inning, a 1-2-3 inning. That's exactly what you need for the confidence. Then Gabe Spire comes into the 10th, doesn't allow a run, strikes out Soto, strikes out, who did he strike out? He struck out Ewing, struck out Soto, he struck out Vientos. Struck out Vientos, so that was huge. And absolutely unbelievable performance by the pitching staff. It sucks Emerson couldn't get a win, but do you want to know what? It's still a win. A win is a win. 32-29. And I mean, Joe, like I mean, what else can we say about this team right now? This team is just firing on every cylinder that comes near this team.
Like I said when they were struggling, they felt like they're one hot streak away from returning to the expectation. I feel like this hot streak just continues, and hopefully they ride for as long as possible. Because you do know at some point they're probably gonna struggle and maybe have a losing streak of a similar length to this winning streak. So it's nice to pile up wins when you can.
Definitely, and you know, I think also with this win, the Mariners just moved into the 4th seed of the playoffs.
They would.
Okay.
If they're,
okay, that was weird. We just had some buffering issues.
I mean, if they're winning the division, they have to be.
You got me, Joe?
So So they're the 3 seed because that's just how it works.
Wow, you got me?
Yep. But now I don't.
But so again, you know, well, we're kind of losing some connections here. So I think the last thing that we got to talk about, though, I think we need to start handing out MVP awards for games. So, Joe, who's your MVP for this game tonight, man?
Gotta say the Mariners bullpen. Just because allowing no hits through.
Oh boy, so we don't got anything.
No hits having to cover 4 innings is pretty impressive.
Yeah, so we are having some connection issues. So I think that is it for this episode of Teal Sleeves Recap. But fret not, we will be back tomorrow night, of course, recapping hopefully the Mariners' 8th win in a row. With all that being said, thanks so much for joining us tonight, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
I'll see you then. Bye.